Well, I had mentioned earlier that I felt the sky was going to, maybe not quite explode, but light would sort of burst off in the towards the upper right. Since then, I have reduced the strength of the undulation of the distant hills. I flattened them out a little bit, and I did not like the wash-in stroke sort of aiming all at this pole. I didn't like that at all. I think now what I'm going to do is, because I have laid in a very horizontal line, the sort of where the prairie meets the mountains, or the hillsides, I can repeat that general idea by using more horizontal brushstrokes. So let's do that. Um, and just see how it goes. I have a mix of, what do we have here? Cobalt blue, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, titanium white, and linseed oil. And yes, that's quite light. I want it to be light against those hills. You know, these hills are going to stay pretty toned down. There'll be some variety and value in there, but I want them to stay dark because this entire shed is going to catch light. It has to stand strong against them. I don't mind if the light is picked up again in the sky, especially on the right hand side. Let's get that pole down to a sort of a manageable looking thickness. I have to do it sooner or later, or I'm going to run out of opportunities. I'd rather do it now. Uh, I think that's going to be about right. Now I have paint not just laid out in on my palette in their own piles. I'm actually sort of playing with the mother color idea. So I'm going to leave, there might be a slice of distant hill there yet, but I want to keep it flat. But yeah, I don't have to go to individual piles now because I have sort of some stuff partly mixed on my palette, and I'll just keep going into that and smearing more paint into it as I need it. Okay. Oops. Little bumps. Let me just swing the camera down so you can see, just for a moment, my mixing surface here. Okay, so I have the various colors, but I've taken some cobalt blue, some ultramarine blue, a little bit of burnt umber, and just set them separately here. And I'll just add white as needed. I've added a little yellow ochre for the odd stroke, you know. Trying to keep it a little bit interesting. But the paint is all sitting there right adjacent to each other. It makes it very easy to work with. I don't have the feeling that I'm remixing another fresh pile each time. Okay, I just add a little yellow ochre and titanium white. I guess you saw that, so there's no point in me bringing it up. See, I'm going more towards the edge of the painting now. I know you can't see that at the moment, but that's what I'm doing. Gonna be another gray sky. I don't know if I'm gonna put any areas that look very blue in it. I just kind of, I like a gray sky. I like a gray sky in the same painting as a cabin or a shed. I like the feel of it. Okay, I know all you can see is my mixing pile, but I did want to show you what I was doing there. Get my brush a little white here. We'll go back to a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow ochre. Now that I'm away from my hillsides, I'm using probably my brush is a bit small right now, but okay, let me swing the camera back up. Let's get back to reality here so that I don't bore you to death by just watching the palette. Okay. So I'm still sort of intending on bringing the light off upper right. Just a little bit. It's going to be fairly dark up here, but just for the sake of variety, just for the sake of, well, variety, the sake of opposing this line that runs down. Because don't forget, this line is supported and enforced by the slope of this shed, this lean-to shed roof on the side of the main building, of the main structure. Okay, a little more ultramarine blue. Carving around this area. I don't want to use the bigger brush just yet because the bristles are a bit splayed, and I want to maintain a fairly accurate edge, a reasonably sharp edge. Oh, that might be a bit dark. Yeah, it's a bit dark. Go up there like like so. Okay, let's set this brush aside. Let's go into a bigger one now. Okay, adding a little more cobalt blue to our palette here. A little more white, a little more oil, linseed oil. I am not putting a lot of linseed oil in. I am not making this stuff syrupy or goopy. I don't like it. I don't like that look. I don't like that way the paint feels when you do that. I want there to be enough pigment in my brush strokes to cover the colors, you know, to be opaque enough. I want them to have good coverage. I don't want the background. I don't want my tint colors to be shining through here too much. So we'll just, you know, we're just throwing some strokes in here and there. I guess I should put some more paint on my palette. It's kind of nice just to play on a small canvas again. That way my screw-ups are smaller. Okay, I don't mind if the light goes a little bit colder up here. It's the shed being red will be, of course, quite warm. So if the sky is a bit cooler, that's okay. It helps to push the sky back a little bit. Now, of course, it works both ways. You can have cold colors up close and warm colors far away, but when you're working with graduated perspective, it's you know, in the sky certainly it's often easier. It often helps to push the viewer's attention further away. Not only by diminishing the size of your forms and how you go about painting the thing, but in your space division, but also using cooler colors. So that's what we're going to do in this case. Okay, it's looking very horizontal, isn't it? Well, we're not going to worry about it because I'll probably just make corrections or deviations wet and wet. So even if the sky isn't exactly finished in this video, by the time you see it in the video following this one, you will see things have changed a little bit. Alright, now I need to put more burnt umber on my palette. Guess I should have loaded my palette a little more amply. before starting the video. Okay. That should be enough burnt umber for this dye. Okay, move my chair out of the way here so I can look down. I like to look down on the canvas a little bit because then I'm not dealing with glare. And who of us doesn't like to look down on things, you know? Feeds your ego. Just kidding. All right. A little more white. Okay. Sit back down again here. And tilt the canvas slightly to the right. Tilt the whole easel slightly to the right. All right. One more burnt umber. Sorry guys, the last few days I have not responded to your comments. I've been pretty busy doing other stuff. I will get to it though, I promise. Just hasn't happened yet, that's all. I have seen some great comments on there from you guys, and I really appreciate it. But I'm a one-finger typer, so it takes me a while to get to that. I'm a lazy one-finger typer. Sorry, I should have said that. Okay, now we're pretty much just in I'm adding a little bit of no cobalt blue anymore, but now ultramarine blue, yellow ochre. So we're going greenish. Oops, that was a little bit much in the way of yellow ochre. That's okay. I got such a mess on my palette now. I can smear things around. It's not a problem. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, let's go a little lighter up there. A bit of debris. And if I can't raise my values enough now while I'm going wet and wet, I'll just let it dry up and go over it when it's a little bit drier. That's okay too. No problem there. Yeah, that's just a bit messy. I don't like those messy brush strokes. They look too much like I didn't get it right the first time, and that means they tell the truth. Okay, that's pretty simple. Going down and going up. Yeah. I think we'll be okay with that. I think we'll work that out. Get rid of some of the... Let's get rid of some of the clumsiness in these strokes. Okay, let me have a little backup here. Yeah, that's heading in the right direction, certainly. I could raise the value here yet. And if I were only concerned about the sky, I would do it. But I really need to make the foreground pop more, so I'm not going to play all my cards just yet. Stand up, back up, stand up, back up. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I would like to keep this darker edge from encroaching. It's okay if it wanders up, but not here. Not right there. I think I better stop. And then we'll play down here. I like this hint of blue hillside showing. You know, I mean, it's not blue yet, but it's going to be sort of a transition between these colors and these colors. There isn't going to be anything that's very strong blue in this painting. It's just going to be the bluish grays, right? So, but at the moment, I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah. I'll put the camera square on again for a moment. Clickety clickety clack. Hopefully that sky doesn't look too washed out, but okay. See you soon.